Ready for some awesome 8-bit action? Think Nintendo's for losers? Then you're at the right place. Today I'll show you 5 must-have games for the Sega Master System. We'll start off strong with one of the best looking and sounding games for the system. Michael Jackson's Moonwalker. Based loosely on the experimental movie released 1988, this game sees Michael trying to rescue a bunch of kidnapped kids. These are hidden behind all kinds of stuff like doors, windows, car boots and gravestones. Yeah, seriously, gravestones. This has to be some messed up kidnappers. The game plays almost exactly like its big brother on the Mega Drive, but of course misses some of the graphical flair. But I still think this is worth a mention because it looks absolutely amazing for an 8-bit game. Do you think the NES could do something even close to this? The soundtrack is also really good, featuring killer 8-bit renditions of some Michael Jackson songs, including Smooth Criminal and Beat It. With the large sprites, amazing animations and great soundtrack, this is absolutely worth a look if you're into Master System collecting. Are you ready for the best 8-bit port of the best game ever made? With the most catchy video game song of all time? Of course you are! Bobble Bobble! Now this is an absolute joy. I don't think I need to speak too much about this, do I? So I'll just focus on the differences to the NES version. It looks better and it has a whole host of stuff that isn't in the NES port. Like the different secret rooms, treasures and the peacock feather that summons a fairy that kills everything it touches. There's also a requirement to pick up 3 different crystal balls, and if you get them and beat the end boss at level 100, you get treated to another 100 levels. Yeah, this version is more than double the size of the puny NES port. The only gripe I have with this version of the game is that it feels like the music is slower. But that's something you have to live with living in a PAL region. You NTSC guys get all the fun. Anyway, if you have a Master System, this is absolutely essential. Next up, we have a real looker. That they could squeeze this game into a Master System cart is just simply amazing. Shadow Dancer. It's a side-scrolling action game where you throw shurikens on people, and it's the second game in the Shinobi series. The game was released exclusively in Europe and Brazil since Americans didn't understand how great the Master System was. The graphics again is absolutely stunning for an 8-bit game. The big character sprites looks awesome and the animations look great. The music is also very catchy and sounds really nice. The synthesized dog bark in the opening is a bit off-putting though. It is, however, a seriously challenging game with a one-hit you're dead mechanic, and my controller needs some fixing. But more on that in a later video. One genre I've always liked is shoot 'em ups. Although there's some variety to these, they are almost always sort of the same. You just fly from left to right shooting stuff. But what if you could go both ways? And maybe throw in some cute graphics at the same time? Well then, you get Fantasy Zone. Ah, Fantasy Zone. This is just an amazing series and it all started here. If you played the Sega racing games, you'll probably recognize the super cute ship with wings and feet from there called Opa Opa. This game is just amazing, but don't be fooled by the graphics. The games can get super hard at times. The levels are open in a way that no other shooters did at the time. You can go either left or right and the level loops infinitely. Your objective is to destroy a set number of bases, and when that is done, you get to fight the level boss. It's a very fun little shooter, but it's criminally overlooked today. The enemy sprites are rather simplistic, but the backgrounds look stunning, and it's fun to play just to find out how the next level will look, and the bosses all look kinda crazy. I mean, the first boss is a seed shooting log. That's pretty inventive, right? For the last one, I actually had a whole host of games to choose from. So yeah, there's probably gonna be a sequel to this down the road somewhere. Anyway, do you want more ninjas? Of course you do. And not just any ninja. This is the ninja. This is basically Sega's version of Ikari Warriors. But good. And a whole lot faster. And ninjas are cooler than generic soldiers any day. I know it doesn't look like much, but the controls feels really nice. It's cheap to buy and pretty fun. The difficulty feels perfectly balanced, and generally it's a pretty competent game. The game has you playing as a ninja, killing samurais, dogs and other ninjas with kunai, or for the layperson, throwing knives. That's the only weapon you have, so get used to it. There are power-ups in the game though, so it makes the game a bit more fun. I really like the music in this game too. There's just something to it that makes me happy. Otherwise, there's not a lot of different sound effects to this game, but they do their job nicely. So, if you like run and gun games, check it out. So, that's all 5. What do you think of my picks? Any stinkers? Do you have a deep hatred of ninjas? Then tell me in the comment section. And if you liked the video, please leave a like and subscribe, and you might be the best person on earth. Anyway, that's all for today, and I hope I'll see you around.